Oh man, that's fun. Welcome to Pat Patterson's Best of California. I'm here with my brother Steve, and today we're going to take on a trip of the hidden gems of the Central Coast. So I'm so excited to be. We're in Oxnard at the Heritage Square, and I'm with Brittany Hendricks with Visit Oxnard. Brittany, you got us here, and this is so exciting. So tell me a little bit about your experience with Heritage Square.
So this is a hidden gem in the heart of downtown Oxnard, and we are so thrilled to have this beautiful piece of history here with us. We have a gathering of the original farm homes from the Oxnard Plain. So what better way to celebrate our history and our heritage than by gathering these homes together in one beautiful square?
Let's go for a walk. Show me around.
Sounds great. Oxnard is an agricultural community.
Right.
We were founded on a sugar beet enterprise by Henry T. Oxnard, and we just have such rich heritage and history and roots in farming. And so we have a huge history with migrant workers. Cesar Chavez actually led the NFWA out of Oxnard in the 60s and 70s and was a rights activist for labor.
What's the primary crop now?
So strawberries.
Strawberries.
And Oxnard is the strawberry capital of the world.
Wow.
We are one of the largest exporters of strawberries in the entire world.
What? In the entire world?
Correct.
That's incredible. Part of California's agricultural history. And tell me a little bit about how that culture has influenced the city overall.
Yeah, Oxnard is such a melting pot. You walk around town and you will see people from all walks of life. Everybody looks different. We're all from different backgrounds, but we all have so much in common, and we all share this love and passion for the community.
Yeah.
It's funny, when you're driving down Highway 101, you'll look off and you'll see the fields in the Oxnard Plain, but you drive just 7 miles down the road and you're on the coast, and we have 7 miles of pristine, uncrowded coastline.
Unbelievable beaches.
Yeah, just beyond Malibu on the coast.
Yeah. And tell me that you said that people can have weddings here. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, so if you're looking to celebrate your big day, we have this gorgeous plaza where you can have a wedding, you can have baby showers, all kinds of events, work, networking, lunches. We actually accepted an award from the Chamber of Commerce here recently.
Wow,
so
that's incredible.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned that one of the businesses will cater. What's the name of that business?
Yes, so right in front of us is the 1901, and it's an amazing restaurant. And in the basement of the 1901 is probably my favorite business of Heritage Square, and that's the 1901 Speakeasy.
Wow.
We are headed down into the 1901 Speakeasy.
Speakeasy.
Yes.
I remember from the movies you have to knock first.
You do. What's the password?
Visit Oxnard.
All right, come on in.
This is incredible. So Brittany, this place is incredible, the Speakeasy. What an atmosphere. Tell me a little bit about the business.
Yes, so we are in the basement of the 1901 on B Street, and there's a restaurant upstairs with Italian-American fusion. And down here, you can get really incredible cocktails, old fashions, Manhattans, you name it.
And you can order the restaurant. There's a banquet room upstairs. And then, I mean, this is like one-stop shopping. Tell me a little bit about the chef. I know he's been doing this a long time.
Yes, so Steve Sokol has been in the business for about 35 to 40 years, and he manages incredible catering, and we're just so fortunate to have him here in Oxnard.
Tell me the unique story about this house.
So they say this house has been moved not once, but twice.
Wow.
It was originally on a farm. They moved it here to downtown, and then the McGrath family bought it and moved it to their ranch, and now it's made its way back to Heritage Square.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Well, here's to the 1901.
Cheers.
And I'm with Gary Blum, site superintendent of this incredible place. And this may be one of the best preserved heritage areas I've seen anywhere in California.
We're pretty proud of it. It's rather unique here in Oxnard, and we hope you get to learn more about it.
Yeah, so how did this happen? How did this start?
About 35 years ago, the city of Oxnard had acquired a couple buildings that they wanted to preserve. They had to be relocated, and so they decided to actually build out an entire block of relocated buildings. So private investors can move their family home or their whatever home they acquired and reutilize them here for commercial use.
So this was a private-public enterprise.
Yeah.
So these are still individually owned.
They are. Almost every one of them is privately owned. The city owns a couple of them, but they're mostly all driven by an owners association, and all those owners work together to maintain the site.
Yeah, now you have a personal connection, I know, to this house behind us. Tell me about that.
Yeah, that was my great-grandparents' house, and I was a participant in the project relocating it here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you actually brought this house. Was it heavy?
It was 29 tons. Yeah, it's about 2.5 miles.
I bet you're like tired out.
No. Yeah, I didn't spend as much time in it as probably my relatives did. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, because I just think this is such an important thing. That's what Best of California is all about, is preserving California history. But here's a way that's preserving California history and giving back to the community. Oxnard has figured it out. Gary Blum, thank you. Come visit Heritage Square and back to our hidden gems of California. I'm excited to be here with the Mystic Whaler and Jacob Strong, the chief mate of the Mystic Whaler. And this is incredible, Jacob. And this has been here how long?
We've been here since January of 2022.
And tell me the story of how it got here.
The boat actually got here, so the current captain picked the boat up in Mystic, Connecticut, and then took the boat down to Fort Lauderdale, where they put her on a tanker. And then they brought the tanker through the Panama Canal over to Ensenada, and then they brought him the rest of the way from Ensenada.
They sailed it up from there, so that's incredible. And tell me some of the stuff that goes on here.
Right now, there's a lot of maintenance, of course, but we're going to be doing education with kids, so we'll take them out from anywhere from 3 to 5 hour sails or even overnight sails out to the Channel Islands.
Wow.
So our goal is to do either STEM education, history education, all depends on what the program the schools are looking for.
Okay.
So we're an open dock, the public can come down and look. We're even open on some weekends for deck tours where you can come on board, you can go below deck. And then about once a month or so we even do public sales where people can buy tickets and come out.
Which part of the harbor is this?
This is in Channel Islands Harbor by the Maritime Museum.
Okay, so right next to the Maritime Museum. Do people volunteer to be a part of this? Or?
We don't have a volunteer program yet, but we're
Okay.
definitely looking at creating one of those.
I would think that would be a nice thing. Now, what got you into sailing?
I got in through my university. There was a sailing class there, and then we went on a sail out to Catalina, and I just got hooked whenever I looked up at the stars and seeing the dolphins and the bioluminescence, and so it was great. So I wanted to share that with other people.
Well, Jacob Strong, thank you. It's the Mystic Whaler. It's here in Oxnard and the best of California. Thanks, Jacob.
Thank you. Pleasure.
So I'm so excited. We're at Otani Seafood with Karen Otani Baldonado. And Karen, which generation are you?
I am number 4.
Number 4.
Yes.
So tell me the history of Otani.
Well, let's see. My grandfather started Otani. Well, let me go back. My great-grandfather came to California in the late 1890s, maybe.
Wow.
And he started his store on the boulevard, Oxnard Boulevard, which is one block over. And then my grandfather, who's a second generation, Nisei, he was born here in Oxnard in 1912. Went to school here, went to UCLA, met my grandmother, came back here. He did all kinds of little things. He had a vegetable market. But the malt shop, I think, started the cooking idea with his brothers, and then he left his brothers over there and came over here and started the fish market.
Has this place kept a lot of family members employed?
Well, right now it's just my brother, brother that's just younger than I am.
Okay.
So he and I are together.
So what are you known for? What are the dishes that you're famous for here?
A lot, the broiled fish. Well, actually the fried fish.
Okay.
The fried fish, the broiled fish, and we serve it with a Japanese white rice and a green salad, and it's really yummy.
Karen Baldonado, this is so incredible, and you must be proud of
I'm very
the
proud
heritage.
that I'm keeping my grandfather's legacy alive. I really am. All our family members have all worked here, but my brother Genji and I are the only ones that stuck around, to keep it going because we love it.
Yeah.
We love Oxnard and we love being here.
Well, we love the fact that you did it too. So when you're in Oxnard, Otani Seafood. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you.
After our fabulous visit to Oxnard, we're on the road to another hidden gem of the Central Coast, Lompoc. I am so excited. We're at La Purisima Mission here in Lompoc, and I'm with Kristen McNally from the State Park Service. And Kristen, this is one of the most beautiful missions I've been to, if not the most beautiful. It's incredible. Tell me about this place.
So this is La Purisima Mission. We're a California state park. We're also unique in that we're one of the 21 missions here in California. We're the 11th mission, founded in 1787. This is actually part of the El Camino Real. This was the route that connected the 21 missions in California. It spanned over about 800 miles. And the idea was to connect the missions and be about a day's horseback ride from one mission to the next.
Tell me in terms of what you enjoy imparting in terms of the history of California here. What's your favorite thing?
My favorite thing is the Civilian Conservation Corps and learning about how they rebuilt this mission and the techniques they used to build this mission.
Back in the 30s, part of the New Deal. So in terms of when people come here, I want to know what's the first thing they ask.
People ask, where is the mission?
It's right there.
When people arrive in our parking lot, our mission is hidden by some trees, so it's hard to see. So we tell people if you take the trail and look through the trees, you can see the mission. Oftentimes they think the two white buildings, which are the infirmaries, are the mission when you pull up to the parking lot.
So, and in terms of things, I know you have mission days here. What are those like?
So we offer living history days, mission life days, a couple times throughout the years on Saturday, and we showcase the crafts of the mission. So we might showcase candle making, weaving, pottery. So what the daily life would have been like here at La Purisima Mission. We have about 2,000 acres of land here with an approximate 25 miles of trail. And people can take these trails and explore the nature that this mission grounds have to offer. Our hike up to the cross is an amazing view. It takes about 10 minutes to hike up.
So what's the cross? Is the crossway up there that's a destination?
Yeah.
Was it here before? Or?
So the cross here is a trail right just beyond our visitor center, and you can see the trailhead. Okay. And you take that up, and there's a large cross, and you can actually see it on top of the hill from here.
Oh my gosh, yeah, there it is.
Okay. And you can see some amazing views of the valley.
Wow. And in terms of school programs and whatnot, I know we're getting ready you're going to have some school kids here. Is that an ongoing thing? Is that Lompoc only? Tell me a little bit about that.
So we do a variety of programming. We do guided tours. So staff and volunteers lead students through the buildings talking about mission era history. We also do a living history program called Student Learning History Days, where we invite approximately 400 fourth graders, and they come and they experience hands-on activities when they visit.
And tell me about your own personal involvement with the state park system. What do you like about being a part of this system? Because we in the best of California promote state parks. We think that I think it's gotten better, but in terms of just people utilizing that resource, what do you like about being part of the system?
I just have an amazing job. My job is fun. I love sharing the natural and cultural and recreational resources that state parks offers to everybody.
Yeah. Here with Kristen McNally, La Purisima Mission, part of the hidden gems of Lompoc. You got to come check it out. Thank you, Kristen.
You're welcome.
I'm so excited. Turns out Lompoc is all about murals. They have beautiful public art here, and I am so happy to be with Ann Thompson, who did this incredible mural we're in front of. And Ann, thank you for making this incredible art.
You're very welcome.
Now, what does this commemorate?
This commemorates the 50th anniversary of Landsat, which is a satellite that has been taking images of the Earth for 50 years.
And was launched nearby here at Vandenberg?
Yes.
Is that why this is here?
Yes.
Yeah.
NASA came to us and said that they wanted to do something special because it was the 50th year, and they liked the idea of doing a mural, and Lompoc is a city of murals.
When you're painting one of these, you mentioned it took about 3 months, I think.
Yes.
So just explain the process. You're on a scissor lift. I mean, how do you, tell me about it. I don't get it. This is impossible.
Well, you start with a blank wall, and
Okay.
then, but you also have to come up with an image, a rendering. And in this case, this was open to anybody who was interested in competing. So we had
It's kind of a contest.
Yes.
Okay.
So we had like 9 artists approximately, and they weren't just local. We had some from other states and some amazing artists.
Yeah.
So I decided to give it a try, and I thought, I'll never get this.
Yeah.
So I'm just I'll come up with, I'll do this and I'll do that, and I'll come up with all kinds of ideas. But they called me on April Fool's Day to say that I had won, and I said, who really got it? Come on, don't mess with me. And they said, you got it. And I thought, oh, no. So anyway.
Oh, no, now I have to paint
now
this.
I have to figure out how I'm going to do this.
And who else is involved that you can give a shout out?
Explore Lompoc. Oh, thank you to them for everything that they've been a part of.
Such a great organization.
yes.
Yeah. We talked to Paul Patel, that's a part of the barn.
Yes, Paul. He's great.
And other than your own, do you have a favorite other mural, or is that like making you pick a?
Oh, well, I've had the opportunity to restore several. I'm the curator now, which is
okay.
why I'm covered with paint.
Yeah.
But one of my favorites is the Last of the Titans. It's, again, another missiles shooting up. And with that particular one, back when we did it, it was done in one day. And a lot of the murals will last approximately 20 years, and then they start to need attention. So I was able to restore that one during the pandemic. So everybody was locked down, but I could be outside in the fresh air, and I was up on scaffolding to do that.
Good therapy. Now, if somebody wanted to contribute to a mural, what do they do?
We have a website, the Mural Society does.
Okay.
So you can go there and do that. That would be
Great.
so appreciated.
Yeah, so a good way to support public art. Lompoc has gone out and done all these incredible murals. You got to come see them here in Lompoc. Ann Thompson, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
More of Matt Patterson's Best of California. We're here among the flowers. It's the Santa Rita Hills Lavender Farm, and I'm here with Lucas Newman. And Lucas, this place is incredible.
Oh, thanks so much, Pat. You know, we started the farm back in 2020 at the height of the pandemic.
This is so beautiful, and I know this is a family operation. You and your mom, are there any other family members involved?
My dad usually comes out on the weekend. He's the breadwinner, at least at this point.
Right.
So eventually, once we get a little bit bigger, you know, thanks with your help, you know, we'll probably
this is going to
large in the charts.
international. That's right. That's right. And the lavender is what we're looking at. And you're saying they bloom a little later in the spring, right?
Yes, sir. Late June, early July is usually when the lavender starts blooming here. It's just starting to wake up.
Yeah, and so you mentioned that the essential oils. Tell me about how you actually make that here on property.
The way lavender works is you have the long stems, and then each one of the little, you can say they're lavender dots. Each one's a little lavender flower. And so before that, it's the bud. And so you take the pre-flowering lavender and you separate the buds from the stems, and then you put it into the actual container that we use. The steam rises up, pulls the essential oil and the water, hydrosol off the plant, and then you have a separator that puts your essential oil on top, your lavender on the bottom.
So now the oil gets used for what purposes?
So the lavender is used for, we've got topicals that we do, we've got soaps, we've got bath bombs, we've got all sorts of neat little products that we do all on our farm stand and on
Come
our
on.
website.
And I know you also do the cut flowers.
Yeah, so we got in our upper field, we're doing some sweet peas, we've got Italian ranunculus right now, some straw flowers, and then we got some peonies going on in there as well. So we ended up doing a lot of wildflowers that we just kind of threw out around here to promote pollinators. One of the major things about our farm is trying to give back to the bees. And so we got our own little beehives that we've kind of started out here, and once we get into the lavender season, we'll be doing some lavender honey, and that'll be really nice. So all our hives are actually swarms that have been found in other places that people didn't want. So we take
That is so cool.
yeah, we take all the drifter bees and we give them a home.
That is so cool. So what, I know you said this is kind of your mom's favorite thing. What are the main flowers that she enjoys?
Well, behind us here we have the Italian ranunculus. They're her absolute favorite type of flower. They come in a whole batch of different varieties. We got probably a couple dozen out here that we're actually doing right now.
Well, Lucas Newman, thank you so much.
No, thanks, Pat, for coming out.
So Liza, that was incredible. The hidden gems of the Central Coast Oxnard, Lompoc. We saw so many places. It's amazing. What do you think about all this?
I think it's really educating me about where I live. I didn't know about how many amazing little niche places that held such culture.
So keep watching for the hidden gems of California. I'm Pat Pattison.
Liza Pattison.
We'll talk to you soon. I'm Pat Pattison, and I love California.